Body bags where horror lies.
Hey everybody, it's Matt from You and Your Horror Movies, and welcome to Body Bags. I'm your Friday host, and thank you for checking out my review. I'm doing a film from 2005. I don't think it's a made-for-TV movie. I think it is just direct-to-DVD from First Look Studios from 2005. And it's called Claude, The Legend of Sasquatch. On IMDb, it also goes known as The Unknown. So pretty much starts off with four poachers. They're out in the wilderness trying to kill animals and everything. Well, they're all shooting anything and everything out of nowhere without looking at what they're shooting at. And, of course, something has now been aroused, and it starts to kill the poachers. Ed is the last one remaining. He gets knocked out. He awakens and finds something buried in the brush, this weird furry hand. So he's out looking around, and of course he finds the rest of his companions all murdered, throats slit, gutted, and all that. Well, he is rescued by John Eagleheart, who is the local ranger of the forest. And of course, Ed is not very happy with the ranger because he wants to kill him because of all his poaching days back in the past. Just hates him. But he's also pissed because now John saved his life. Well, also you have a bunch of high schoolers. They're getting together for spring break. Well, one of them is about to fail. The other one's going to get incomplete. The teacher says, you know what? You need to go into and do some research on wildlife, the endangered species list. You have to work together. So now they decided to go into the woods with the girlfriend and his cousin, who happens to be a girl too, to document the killer bear and maybe save the bear from these poachers. So they're now in these woods. Well, now Ed, who was a sole survivor from the first attack, gathers up some more men to go after this so-called creature, and also to kill John, the ranger. They make it look like a hunting accident because he can't stand him. So now in the wilderness, you have the ranger, the bunch of high schooler kids doing a high school project, and these crazed hunters/poachers. Now in the midst, there happens to be a Sasquatch roaming through the rest of the wilderness, and it's killing pretty much the poachers. He kind of leaves the teenagers alone, scares them to make them run away, but it's mostly the poachers he is after. And if you're looking for blood and guts, you're not going to get that. You got some bodies found here with some blood splattered, but other than that, you're not going to get a lot of gory scenes. There is a good body count, and the Sasquatch itself is all practical. No CGI was used, which was pretty cool. I'm glad they used that. And it was pretty much a man in a suit. But they did well with the man in the suit. The Sasquatch looked decent. I was actually surprised in how it looked and how it moved. You couldn't tell if there was any holes in the suit or anything like that. It worked. So now, these schoolers are trying to document this so-called bear. And of course, they uncover Bigfoot in the wilderness. So yeah, that's pretty much this film. Now, my thoughts on this. Again, I enjoyed it. It was fun to watch. It's nothing like, oh my god, crazy for a Bigfoot movie, but it's a decent Bigfoot film. Out of a possible 10, I would probably rate this a 7 out of 10 for this film. For special features, you have the making of the featurette, some scene selections, some deleted scenes, and previews. It also has Spanish subtitles and closed captioned. The deleted scenes help out with the film because when the movie is going, you can tell where the cuts were made because it kind of doesn't feel like it fit. But if you watch some of the deleted scenes, it worked. So I know they probably had to cut it for time budgets and everything, but I'm glad they put in the deleted scenes because it kind of helped out a little bit on why they're out in the wilderness, the high schoolers, for trying to save something, and everything else worked fine. The ending was pretty cool. I like how it ended. It's like I said, nothing too crazy in the gore, nothing too crazy like the monster running around ripping people apart. But there are some bodies laying on the ground, a little blood here and there. But other than that, it was actually watchable. The acting was really well done. The poachers, they're your typical rednecks, but they did a good job. Very believable for who they are. And the high schooler kids, they weren't friends. It was more of like the social, uh, didn't want to be around anybody, the antisocial kid, and of course the jock slash popular kid. They're forced to work together. So now they kind of bond and make a friendship, which I thought was pretty cool. I like that idea. So, guys, if you're into Bigfoot films, this definitely should be in your collection, and that's called Claude, The Legend of Sasquatch. It's not going to be anything astronomically awesome, but it's not shitty. I've seen some pretty shitty Bigfoot films, and this is nowhere shitty. It's actually decent. So, yeah, guys, check out Claude from 2005. Thank you for checking out my review, guys, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Peace.